patients are correct. You're gonna see some serious shit.
Will!
What the fuck is up? Podcast of Pain, episode 37. What up, David? What up, David? It just doesn't have the same ring as What Up, Darius. What up, Darius? Anyway, Podcast of Pain, episode 37. What is up? I don't know if we're supposed to even be podcasting today, honestly. I know that we didn't do it last week. Did we do it last week? I have no idea. I know that one of the slabs of paper that we pulled out today was Sopranos Part 2, but I don't know at this point if anybody is shocked that Will's not here. I texted him. I swear I texted him like an hour ago and asked him if we were doing this, and I got nothing. So maybe he's hanging in his closet. Maybe he fucking finally got sick of life and is hanging himself in his closet. But we know, you know what? If Keith Lehman had anything to do with that shelf in his closet, Will's still kicking. Sorry, Keith. If you know, you know. Keith's having a hard day today. Anyway, we hit up Astronomicon 6.5 today, Burton Manor, Livonia, Michigan. It was a pretty good time. It was probably one of the first times that I ever went to a convention with no fucking money to spend. And that's not always a bad thing. I gritted my teeth because, like, man, all right, I got friends. So shout out real quick to Dave. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Don Wendell Snooch, reaching out and offering me their passes and badges and all that stuff like that to get in just to enjoy the show. I fucking hate the idea of going. Can you imagine going to Cedar Point or going to Disney or going to the goddamn grocery store with no money in your pocket? You know, it's just, I hate window shopping. Kids always want to go to the mall. I'm like, I don't have any money. I don't even want to look because, like, I'm going to want something and I have no money to spend on it. But anyway, went to Astronomicon 6.5, and Sundays are usually the slower days. All the vendors are getting ready to pack up. Everybody leaves early. 6.5 was kind of a different experience. It didn't feel as busy, but I think it was kind of like they Astronomicon, the team, they were trying to quickly repair and heal snafu that happened with Kevin Smith at Astro 6 because of all the weather and shit like that. And I think that with this show, people just weren't financially ready to do another show so close to the prior one. I mean, that's my take on it. I didn't ask a whole lot of people. I know I didn't see a lot of the same familiar faces I see at every Astronomicon. That's what I'm guessing on. Just people weren't spending a whole lot of money. I know a couple of the vendors weren't super happy with the turnout, I guess. It's whatever, man. Astronomicon's a great show either way. Kevin Smith, most of the View Askew universe was in the house. As a matter of fact, if you go to ATSW, the Escape Pod, what up, Escape Pod, and check out their awesome picks, man. Brady and Don Snooch got to meet the man. And those are their dudes. So, like, I could say, like, all right, Twisted's my favorite band of all time. Or I could say Kane Hodder's my favorite actor of all time. They got to meet Jay and Silent Bob. Those dudes, like, if you listen to the Escape Pod, and you should, they're very hardcore Clerks fans, very hardcore Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes fans, that whole universe that he's created. And it even goes further than that. You know, his daughter's into it, his wife's into it a little bit. You got the what do you call it? The Quick Stop in Jersey, RST Video, all that, man. It's just like, that's that's nerd mecca for those guys. So that's pretty dope. Who did we see? We got to see Peter fucking Dante, man. Peter Dante. If you don't know Peter Dante, he is the water boy. He was that needle dick asshole in all Adam Sandler's movies. You recognize him, and probably his most memorable role is the Great Big Pothead in Grandma's Boy. And that's him to a T, man. He's such a fucking awesome dude. He, we just went to go say what's up to him, and he remembered the girls, and he asked Piper and Lina how school was going, and Lina had said, you know, I'm a little nervous about going to the high school, and he gave her a little pep talk and all that. You know, I wanted to do a bong rip. The girls wouldn't let me. I guess that means for the first time in a long time, I'm gonna have to leave those assholes at home next time he rolls into town. It's a once in a lifetime thing, man. I don't smoke, but hell, I'm not gonna pat. I mean, if Cheech and Chong came to town, if you guys go that far back, and they were at like they were doing bong rips, would you do it or would you not? If Jay and Silent Bob were doing it, would you do it or not? You know, so it's one of those little things. Astronomicon's always a great time, though. I got to see some homies, Josh and Tashina. They rolled in from Montana, which blows my mind that anybody still comes out to a fucking convention from that far out. But they had a lot of plans, a lot of to-dos between here and there. So that's pretty dope. Economic times are hitting everybody, man. They're like, all right, so we're gonna have to chill out. We're gonna have to recoup the fucking the bank accounts and shit after this, but you know they're gonna make the best of it. That's a good headspace to be in. What else did we do? We got to see Big Vin Dustin. We got to see Mike Winnegar. Those guys keep Astronomicon running smoothly. A lot of really cool vendors. There weren't a whole lot of cosplayers this year. I tried my best. I wanted to do more interviews. You know what I mean? Last time I wasn't in the right headspace. This year I wasn't really in the headspace. There wasn't a whole lot going on. You know, I did interview the homie Dave from Turtle Trinkets. I'm going to play the audio from that here in a minute. Lina got her feet wet as far as interviews, and she interviewed the man, Dirk Manning. So that's going to be played here in a few minutes. Other than that, man, I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do, because Will hasn't responded yet. He's probably hanging in his closet. It's fine. It's okay. I did make some other contacts in regards to podcasting. Kales and 3 Counts. You know, he came up and stopped me. So I'm going to have to add that to the list. Do some interfacing with those guys. Let's see. What is this from? Oh, this lady who made these really fucking bizarre balloon creations, man. She had this mega piece that was the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, made out of fucking balloons, man. She said between her and another person, it took about 4 hours to put that together. It's crazy. So check out Twisted Things. And thank you to Jamie Madrox and Monoxide for fucking up the spelling so bad that everybody else has to do it too. TWIZTED Things, spelled with a Z. If that comes through at all, you'll figure it out. Sydney Storm is her name on Facebook. So hell yeah. We also got to see Matt from My Nerdvana. We got to see, who else did we see? I think that was it. We got to, the whole trip was based around the fact that the filthnificent one, G-Mo Ski, came back to Michigan, came back to Astronomicon to hang out with all of his fans, all the fam, all that shit. We made the girls designed it. I perpetrated a poster that we had him sign, one for him, one for us. And he remembered us. It was cool, man. We met him back at the first Astronomicon. So I guess that would be, 6.5 years ago. And yeah, dude, we got to meet that motherfucker before the show even opened. The girls were so ecstatic. You know, he was all in costume, doing his thing. And it was like the first thing that they saw before the show had even opened up. Everybody was just piling into the lobby. The snow was a mess out there. But it was cool shit, man. He's a real cool cat. And then I had a lot of people coming up and asking me, is that your podcast? That's on my box. I mean, I don't know why that particular question is what I get asked, but yeah, it's just my podcast. Sure as hell isn't Will's. Get your shit together, Will. All right, so without further ado, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play I got a video. Sorry, Dave. And after I was done, he asked me, like, this is audio, right? I'm like, yeah. Like me, he's a little self-conscious about being camera shy and all that stuff. So I'm going to play the audio. And I asked him a couple of questions about Turtle Trinkets and what he's got going on. And We're gonna play that here right now. Let's see if I can get it going through. So, podcast banger here at AstronautCon 6.5 Burton Manor. We're with the homie Dave, Turtle Trinkets. What up? How's the weekend going? Not as well as I'd like. It is what it is, you know. This Sunday. All right, so what we want to do is get some love out for some of our favorite friends and vendors out here. Tell us about Turtle Trinkets. We're kind of a one-stop shop. We offer a little bit of everything. I sell books. I've got my own unique books. I've got handmade pins. I've got enamel pins. It's over there. It's got to be over there. Designs and resale stuff, minifigures, customs, and official, all kinds of anime stuff. Like literally, if you can't find something in my booth, you're not looking hard enough. I agree. So you do all Astronomicon. What would you say sets Astronomicon for me? And I used to do a lot of shows now. I used to do 60, 70 shows a year. God damn. And this show is a different. God damn. Yeah. Like, I mean, part of it is I do most of the Comic Cons and stuff. This is more of a horror show. But even in horror shows, like, you get some juggle crowd here, people I don't see everywhere else. All are great people. But we're starting doing these shows, but they treat me like family. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then finally, let everybody know where can we find your stuff on the internet. Pretty much the only place I do anything online is eBay. I have an eBay store that's under TMNT Collector, where I sell my books, my patches, and my pins. I don't sell anything the rest of the stuff. All right, good shit. We also have Turtle Trinket cards here. We're going to be posting the information about the podcast. Fuck. Other than that, man, Dave, appreciate you. As always, good to see you. And check out Turtle Trinkets, Facebook, eBay. It's out there. All right. All right. So that was dope. I'm probably gonna post the video on the Patreon so you guys can check it out. The Patreons. Got to give the shout outs to the Patreons: Brian Ritson, Kevin Bailey, and Queep Hurley. Who I hope you're enjoying your vacation, you douche. Like who is allotted vacation time anymore? All right. So yeah, in addition to the Patreons, I've added a new, well, it's not so new, but I still want to get the word out there that I'm going to be doing like sketches and shit for people. $10, I think. I think I said $10, but I'll do a sketch. Probably some weird, crazy shit that runs around in this fucking crazy head of mine, and I'll send it to you. So when I hang myself in my closet, you have something to remember me by. Also, we make commercials. If you guys have a show coming up, we'll post your flyers. We'll run your new single, like the homies Absolute. They played their single. They got their single on here a couple times. Work something out, man, so that we gotta kind of benefit from each other's hard work and fan bases and whatnot. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do. It was part of the whole original idea of this whole podcast was going to shows, and I spoke to Rob Humphrey about this. Rob is, I believe he's the writer of the Blaze Your Dead Homie comic book that just came out recently. I think the retail is still about 3 weeks out, he said. But that's what I was telling him, man. I'm all about going to shows, and I have a lot of favorite vendors, a lot of favorite artists, a lot of favorite writers, and such. And they don't get a whole lot of attention because people still don't really go to conventions, or they're not aware of what conventions are out there, when they are, how to facilitate and go out there, and they're not aware of all the cool stuff that's out there is basically what I'm saying. So that's part of what I want to do with this podcast. Yeah, this guy knows what's a vacation. I see this asshole all the time, all over Jackson. If you see some crazy frizzy haired motherfucker walking up and down the street, that's more than likely Dave. Oh man, I think this motherfucker said he walks from Michigan Center to Jackson. I don't know about right now, but man, I think I did the math and it was like 12 miles round trip. Fuck that, dude. I mean, I give you props for doing what you got to do, man, but fuck that. I guess that means that we really, really don't need you behind the wheel of a car. I mean, if that's how you're hustling, man, maybe there's a reason why you're not behind a car. Oh shit, there they are. What up, Escape Pod? We just got done talking about you guys and your awesome adventure for Astronomicon 6.5, meeting Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, and Jason Mewes. That's fucking awesome, as well as Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson from Clerks. Pretty fucking badass. We're gonna have to hook up and do some kind of a multi-pod or simulcast or whatever the fuck it's called now. But we're just going over our review of the day, Astronomicon 6.5, day 2, Sunday. Wasn't as busy as I'm used to, but like I said, I think I blame that on the economy and people just not ready for another show so quickly. And then one of the things that I also enjoyed about going to this particular, going to conventions more often than everybody else. Like, I got a head start back when the kids were young, and I'd take them everywhere that I went. Horror cons in Chicago, shit like that. We met a lot of the guests that were attending Astronomicon this weekend. So that was a lot of money we didn't have to spend today. Going with no money, man, it sucks ass. But with that, I don't know. Like I said, you guys, I don't know if it's a shock that Will's not here. He hasn't responded to my text. It's fucking hilarious. I was throwing that motherfucker under the bus all day. People were asking about the shirt, and I'm like, oh, we're still like figuring things out, getting consistent, figuring out our niche, our place in the podcast world. This guy is kind of like a forced ghost. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. He's always here, even if he's not here. It was a good time. But I just played the audio from one interview I did with Dave of Turtle Trinkets. He's the homie, man. He's a good dude. So check him out. He's got an Etsy store, eBay. Hit him up on the Facebook, man. I'll post all of his information and stuff like that. I wanted to also talk about the interview that Lina did. For the longest time, I wanted to do an interview with Dirk Manning, but I wasn't really comfortable. I didn't really know what questions I wanted to ask him. I myself like to ask questions that aren't your typical, they aren't too fucking weird and shit like that. But let's see. Yeah, they were just trying to make up. They were basically just trying to make up for the snafu that happened. I think that the winter months, which I mean, legitimately, it could happen tomorrow. The winter months are a bad month for Michigan conventions because you got people flying in, driving in. It's dangerous, man. And that was the case with Kevin Smith. That was kind of sort of the case with John Lovitz, Jason Lee. I think there was one other one. Trish Stratus made it in a little late. John Lovitz made it in a little late. But yeah, that makes things a little dicey. But they were trying to make up for it. And I commend the fuck out of them. I would not want to plan a convention, period. I wouldn't know where to start at. I think Burton Manors are a really good home for them. I don't know if I haven't seen the rest of the building. I just know that one ballroom, and it seems to encapsulate everything pretty nicely. So we'll see how that goes. Astronomicon 7, man. I think the next weekend I'm probably going to have Mike and or maybe Dustin on, and they can give us like a debriefing of 6.5 and what the future of Astronomicon holds for us. I think that would be kind of fun. Get Lina and Piper in here because Piper's been itching to do another podcast with me. God damn it, Will. I know. I'm not going to press him too hard, man. Everybody's got shit going on, and we got to keep forging ahead. So if I happen to strike it rich doing this podcast shit, I'm leaving Will in the background. I don't know. It'll be like an Eminem thing. I'll give him a fucking record on my label, and I'll put it out and I'll promote it and shit like that. But after that, it's on him. What else were we talking about? Oh yeah, the interview Lina had with Dirk Manning. Now, I had mentioned that I'd forgotten my portable mic. I hadn't actually used it, and I completely forgot I even had it. So next time, I'm going to do my research. And I'm going to do better. But I also wanted to post. I gave Lina the phone or the microphone, if you will, and she interviewed Dirk Manning. Dirk Manning is responsible for Butts and Seats, Twisted Haunted Highons, Mystery. He's got a plethora of his own stuff. And I really, really like Dirk Manning. He's a really cool dude, an ice cream aficionado. He's the man when it comes to karaoke. If you guys have ever attended an Astronomicon after party, he's always rocking the mic. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get his 2 cents, and I wanted to put some attention on him as well. Dirk Manning was I've seen him at conventions many, many times, and I really wasn't sure what he was into, like what he did. I knew that it probably, I'm into ICP and Twisted, man. I'm into weird shit. You can't possibly have something that I would get into. I was wrong. He does. Let me go ahead and pull up some of his works. If I let's see, Dirk Manning. I'll pull up some of the titles of his works right now. And all right, that doesn't help. That don't go to images, just go to news. All right, see, here we go. DirkManning.com. Why did I think of that? All right, so he's got Tales of Mystery, Nightmare World, I think is where I started. Buried but Not Dead, Twisted Haunted Highons, a writer's guide to creating comics called Right or Nothing, or Right or Wrong, I'm sorry. Adventures of Cthulhu Jr. and Friends, Hope. He's got a new edition of Hope coming out pretty soon, which I think Lina covers. But yeah, so it was and this just keeps scrolling. Is there any way to stop this? There's no way to stop this. But yeah, once I picked up one of his books, man, I was like, all right, I'm sad at myself because I let this escape my attention for so long. So Hope Mystery, what did I say? Buried but Not Dead. Odd Tales. Let's see here. He's got all kinds of cool stuff in here. Legend of the Shaders, One Shot, Paranormal, Adventures of Cthulhu Jr., Tales of Mystery, Nightmare World. So Nightmare World, the best way for me to explain it is it's like Tales from the Crypt. If you're like me and you're old as hell and you guys grew up in the 80s and 90s, Tales from the Crypt, where it's basically a collection of mini stories. And I think one of the cool things that he does is he has several artists work on this book, so it's not one throughout. And that's another thing I respect about that dude too, because that's a good way to get other artists' attention. You know what I mean? The Nightmare Nightmare World, Cosa Nostra #1. Man, he's been around for 20 fucking years, man. But I guess I never, if I haven't heard about somebody, I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to spend my money because I don't want to, get a lemon. And then one year that all changed. I said, you know what? I see this guy at all these shows. I'm going to go ahead and buy a book. And I bought a book and I went home, read it, loved it, caught up with him at the very next show. And the very next show, I believe he said, I think I was wearing a Twisted jersey, and he said he was doing something with Twisted. And I'm like, how fucking awesome is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never would have associated Dirk Manning with my favorite band, Twisted. They just, I wouldn't have thought to put them together, like the original peanut butter and chocolate combo. I never would have thought about it. And it just blew my mind. It's kind of like you have a favorite band and they're your favorite band for a really long time. And you can't convince, you try and convince other people to go and check them out. And they don't. And then one day, boom, they blow the fuck up. And now everybody's listening to them. It happened with Tech Nine, happened with Twisted. And now look at it. It's happened for Jelly Roll. Like, man, he was cutting up doing shows with Twisted. Now he's on CMT winning awards, man. That's wild to me. But that's how it goes, man. People just collaborate and they get together and they take a shot on something new and different and unknown. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play Lina's interview with Mr. Dirk Manning.
Hello, I am Lina from Spain. I am here in Dirk Manor, Ashdown 615, and I'm here with Dirk Manning.
She does so amazing.
So I have three questions. Is that okay if I answer?
I would love three questions. I'm ready.
So the first question is, how long have you been writing?
This is actually my 20th anniversary as a comic book writer. So I've been writing before that. I like to joke with people that being a writer is not a job; it's a curse, right? But I've been writing most of my life. And think I got 60 dedicated to it when I was about 12 years old, and this is my 20th anniversary as a published comic book writer.
Okay. The second question is, who are your inspirations?
Oh my goodness. Harlan Ellison is an amazing science fiction, speculative fiction writer. He's a very big one. Alan Moore in comic books is a huge one. I grew up reading a lot of Stephen King, Edgar Allan Poe, Ray Bradbury. Those are some big ones as well. Most of my writing inspirations, I think, come from horror fiction and speculative fiction, stuff like that. And Edgar Allan Poe, some of the work of H.P. Lovecraft. I love people who can write a good short story. That's what inspires me the most.
So the last question is, what's coming next?
Oh my goodness. Long awaited Hope Volume 2 starts in about 3 weeks. So I'm really excited about that. People have been beating down my door on that one for a while. After that, Werewolf Western coming out called Homestead. Nightmare World, the complete collection is on the horizon, as well as the second edition of Right or Wrong, and a major horror project I can't talk about yet, but will very soon, with an established major creator in the horror world.
Okay. So I'm done with my 3 questions.
All right, well, hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me here at Astronomicon. Thank you, man.
Thank you. And that's about it on this episode. Thank you.
That's so dope. She was so cool, calm, and collected, man. And yeah, the fucking headphones got me all fucked up. So I hear it louder in here, so I think it's louder out there. That's not the case. Thanks. That's what I need. I need feedback like that. I fucking need this feedback. Will's not here to be my techie. Will! I'm gonna make a short movie of that motherfucker getting attacked. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be Will just doing his normal living, his day-to-day life. And there's gonna be something that prevents him from making it to the podcast all day. You know what I mean? Every day it's gonna be something else. He's gonna get robbed. He's going to be working at the Quick Stop. And just like the original ending to Clerks 1, he's going to get shot and killed. I'm not even supposed to be here today. And then one day he gets kidnapped by aliens. One day he fucking, I don't know, some kind of Stephen King, M. Night Shyamalan shit happens. All right. So I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and play the Dave video again because the homies at the escape pod said that they couldn't hear me for shit. Let's do this. God. Here it goes.
3 quick ones and audio, right? Yeah.
I'm too fat for that.
Dude, I feel you. Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So, podcast fan, we're here at Astronomicon 6.5. It
gives me a chance to drink.
We're with the whole
Okay.
Dave, Turtle Trinkets. What up? How's the weekend going?
Not as well as I'd like.
It is what it is, it's a Sunday. It's kind of slow.
Right.
All right. So, what we want to do is get some love out for to our favorite friends and vendors out here. Tell us about Turtle Trinkets.
We're kind of a one-stop shop. We offer a little bit of everything. I self-publish books, so I've got my own unique books. I've got handmade pins, I've got enamel pins,
Got a bunch of
patches, my own designs and resale stuff, minifigures, customs and official, all kinds of anime stuff. Like, literally, if you can't find something in my booth, you're not looking hard enough.
I agree. So you do all. This is the 6.5 Astronomicon. What would you say sets Astronomicon apart from some of the other shows you do?
Well, for me, and I used to do a lot of shows, like I'm cut back a little bit now, but I used to do 60, 70 shows a year. At this show, I see a different crowd than I do anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, part of it is I do most of the Comic Cons and stuff, but this is more of a horror show. But even at horror shows, like, you get some of the Juggalo crowd in here, which is people I don't see everywhere else. It's wonderful. They're great people. I didn't know that before I started doing these shows, but they treat me like family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then finally, let everybody know where can we find your stuff on the internet?
Pretty much the only place I do anything online is eBay. I have an eBay store that's under TMNT Collector, where I sell my books, my patches, and my pins. I don't sell any of the rest of the stuff.
All right, good shit. We also have Turtle Trinket cards here. We're going to be posting the information and stuff like that on the podcast page Facebook. Other than that, man, Dave, appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
As always, good to see you. And check out Turtle Trinkets, Facebook, eBay. It's out there. All right, so with that, yeah, Dave doing his thing. I really like Dave. Dave's good people. He's hooked me up quite a bit. I got a book called Blood Spurt out there. He's given me fucking Ninja Turtle related merch, like hats and pins and stuff like that. Good Pete, man. I think Astronomicon is probably, for me, in my opinion, that's like the best environment for that kind of shit. You get like a really family friendly environment. People treat you like you're fucking Olive Garden, man. You know, all right, let me know. Let me know. We got the cheese for you. Let me know. You know, everybody out there is so willing to just give of themselves. I don't really feel that way about Motor City Comic Con, Motor City Nightmares. We got another show coming up, Monroe Pop Fest or Monroe Comic Con. I don't know what the fuck Gary's doing. He's changing the fucking name on that. I'm going to be getting flyers for that. I hope to have him and Don on to interview for their next show coming up. I believe it's in September. But, you know, I personally enjoy the smaller shows, man. And I don't want to consider Astronomicon a small show because every time I say, like, what are they going to do next? How are they going to top having WWE superstar Alexa Bliss, who's one of the top dogs in the game, not so much right now, but at that point in time, how are they going to top Kevin Eastman? How are they going to top Corey Taylor? How are they going to top Kevin Smith? They always find a way, and it's a great show. And I feel like for your money, you get a lot at Astronomicon. And I'm not just like being on nuts, because I don't get anything free from them that they know of. You know what I'm saying? But it started out, I'm a fan of Twisted. Everything they do, I gotta fucking put my tongue on that battery. You know what I mean? Check it all out. Some of it's hit or miss, but it's a convention with my favorite band, man. It's a good time. And the kids, they follow in tow, and they've had a great time too. We met a lot of really cool people, man. And not the celebrities, not the photo ops, not the autographs, but like just the people. Like, we recognize everybody that works behind the scenes. They come up to us, give us hugs, give us daps, take pictures. You know, they want to know what we've been up to. It's a real family-friendly environment, and it's cool. So if you have not yet been to a convention, if you have not yet been to Astronomicon, I implore you, Astro 7 is going to be dope. I don't even give a fuck. The guys in Terrifier would be awesome to talk to. I don't know what the hell I'd have to ask them. I mean, their work kind of speaks for themselves, man. I mean, we met them. I think Astro 4, maybe. David Howard Thornton and Damian Leone, cool as fuck. I do have a poster in here somewhere signed by both of them. The homie Jay Brandt of Heads Up Studio had created for me. The kids don't want to fuck. The kids don't fuck with Terrifier, man. They watch like the first 5 minutes of the first movie. Maybe I made them watch 20 minutes of the second movie. They're like, yep, nope, we're good. You know, I've explained the whole Tom Savini side of things where, you know, this is how the makeup works. This is how the fake blood works. This is how the blood squirts every fucking where. This is how they cut an eyeball out on film, you know, and they're just like, yep, nope, we're good. We are fucking good. One more thing I'm going to do real quick. I want to see if I can get a hold of, there he is. There he is. Let's see what Madame Ruby sees. Let's see if I can get Matt from my Nerdvana on this motherfucker real quick. Patreon, StreamYard, there we go. Are we podcasting today? Invite guests, copy, and now I gotta go to the messenger. Here we go. Boom. Good shit. Let's see if I can get him to pop on for a hot second. And then Don Della Snooch, if you're still watching, man, how the hell do I see who it is that's watching right now in the chats? I know we got David in here. Just David in here. I know the Escape Pod's in here. Somebody else is watching from the wings. How do I do that? I'm not very smart when it comes to this technical crap at all. So, Astronomicon 6.5 is in the bag. The next show, I think, is Motor City Nightmares, maybe Monroe Pop Fest or Monroe Comic Con, whatever the hell they're calling it nowadays. YouTube. There we go. How to analyze? I don't fucking know. You can't see. Oh, that's dumb. Okay. All right. Well, you learn something new every day. So I could just be like three motherfuckers lurking in the bushes, waiting until I'm done with the podcast to. We didn't like what you said. I also don't have a blue wrench girl. Like you guys have that spy ass bitch. Yeah, we know. You like your chicken spicy. You guys got to check out the Escape Pod if you haven't done it already. I'm still going through like the back catalog, 16-bit memories. Brady fucked that all up, and then they were talking about Batman '89 at one point. It's a good fucking show, man. They got this fucking Gaddafi, this spy Gestapo type of shit going on with another podcast in the Red 5 network. It's fucking nuts. All I know is like, man, you guys give me the call. I will come and burn some shit down. I don't give a fuck who it is. You guys are my dogs. But they're like 140 some fucking episodes in. 149. Good shit. Spider-Verse this last week, I believe. Where did I leave off at? It was episode like 9 or 10. Here we go. Yeah, 16-bit memories, and then the Rise of the Skywalker novel versus the film. Gateway to the MCU, Back to the Future, something time travel, which is the next one. That's Brady's favorite fucking movie, man. I got a little bit of joy out of tearing that the fuck apart on the Patreon. It wasn't that I like wanted to tear it apart. It's just that I always had these questions and these thoughts in my fucking brain, man. Like this doesn't make sense. If it was me and I was going back to the future, this is what would happen about the Ninja, like the new one or the original. Because I'm still a little worried about this new one. We can sit and tear up the Michael Bay ones all fucking day. Like I have no problem. Like there were things that I really enjoyed about the show or about the movie, and then there are things I really fucking hated. Either or, I don't care. I don't think I'm gonna get super offended and butthurt. Hell yeah, the new one. I'm excited to see fucking Seth Rogen though, man. So like, imagine if like your favorite movie was, I don't know, Flight of the Navigator, something that was like wholesome and family friendly, and then you have some dipshit like Seth Rogen or I don't know, Quentin Tarantino comes along and they're like, oh, we're gonna lead this remake or this reboot. I have hope. And at the same time, I've had hope in films before, and they fucked them up royally. So I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna walk into it with kind of like a blank slate and just see what Seth Rogen does. It's gonna make or break you, motherfucker. Like I didn't like Pineapple Express because I'm not a pothead. You know, no offense to all the potheads out there. It's just not my scene. Loved not Breaking Bad. Super bad. Super bad. Love Super bad. I think it was probably like one of the best high school tomfoolery movies since Porky's, man. And you know, I think like Porky's, I think American Pie kind of slides in there, and then you got Super bad. I never had any experiences like any of those movies at all. Friends and I would talk about that shit, but we never actually perpetrated on any of that shit. So, whatever. Seth Rogen, don't let me down. I love the cast so far. I mean, fucking Post Malone. I think Post Malone's wingnut. I don't know. I like the fact that I don't know any of the cast that plays the actual Turtles. That is good. Can we take a look at the guest list, right? Or not the guest list, the cast so far? That's Mutant Mayhem, correct? I'm not even sure. Turn your fucking clicking off, dude. Mayhem. Mutant Mayhem. 2023, August. Oh, that's right around the corner, bro. All right. So apparently there's a chick that plays Leatherhead. And that is the semi-cute British chick who's in like Bridesmaids. She was in Neighbors, right? Okay, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Bebop and Rocksteady are played by John Cena and Seth Rogen. All right. Well, at least you didn't have to put yourself in the main roles. Jackie Chan is Master Splinter. I can fuck with that. Paul Rudd. I don't have a problem with Paul Rudd. Natasha. All right, I can't pronounce your name as Wingnut bitch, but that's okay. Nothing. Oh man. Do you guys ever see the cast for a film and you just like get all fucking geeked? You just yeah, fuck that. You just get all geeked out and you just have to fucking entertain yourself in a dark closet with some mayo and some hot sauce and yeah, no goggles. No goggles. Giancarlo Esposito, better known as Gus Fring. He's over there. Y'all can see him. Y'all can see him. Moff motherfucking Gideon. Y'all see him right there. Moff Gideon. Giancarlo Esposito's playing motherfucking Baxter Stockman. I don't think I could think of anybody better for that character. Maya Rudolph is playing Cynthia Outram. Ice Cube. Who the fuck is Superfly though? Hannibal Buress is playing Gangless Frog. I know a lot of y'all are like, who the fuck are these characters, bro? All I know is the Ninja Turtles and Casey Jones and April and Splitter. Go outside. I don't like I don't like the aesthetic of all the fucking people playing the Turtles. But that's whatever. We got Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo. I don't see. Okay, Brady. What's a fucking Brady gonna fuck up my goddamn favorite character? How fucked up is that? Hey, who's playing ref? Brady. Sorry, not sorry. How perfect is that a Brady's gonna fuck up my goddamn Ninja Turtles? That's bullshit. I love Brady. I love fucking with Brady more, but I love Brady. So that comes out in August. That's gonna be a dope time. We're 42 minutes in. Will still isn't here. He still hasn't responded to my text. So I hope wherever the fuck you are, you're in a lot of pain, motherfucker. I hope, like, speaking of a lot of pain, tomorrow I'm going to the chiropractor because the sciatica bullshit. My ass sucks. Getting old sucks. First time I ever heard sciatica or it's my sciatic. Y'all know Biodome. And now it's affecting me really badly. My ass fucking is on fire, bro. So like just before the knee and just after the lower back, it's like on fire, like a pinched nerve. I have done some stretches. Painkillers don't fucking work. Alcohol seems to work a little bit. It kills all my pain and all my joy and all my anger and frustration too. But that seems to work. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm a dot. I'm wide awake. It hurts like a son bitch. So I'm going to go to the chiropractor tomorrow and we're going to see what's up. I will give you guys full in-depth detail. Hopefully I can get a picture of my inflamed ass cheek and show the world on Patreon. Go to patreon.com. Check out the podcast of pain. I ain't bullshitting, man. $10. I'll sketch you guys something, send it to you, email it to you. It's yours. I'll sign it. I know Brady likes dicks, so I'll make like a page, like an 8x10 piece of paper, and I'll just fill it with fucking dicks. Make sure they all veiny. They all veiny. Brady's gonna be entangled in them veins. That's how dope. That's how intense this situation is gonna be. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I think I covered everything I wanted to say today. I have no idea. I'm gonna keep Sopranos Part 2 on here. I'm gonna keep Friday the 13th on here. As far as like a Patreon favorite female vocalist, I'm gonna do some homework. I did have actually for the Patreon. I think it was the last Patreon episode that I did. And shout out to Brian Ritson because that motherfucker gave me more money. He donated more to the Patreon this week, which fucking stop. Just fucking stop. Stop. I love you, man. I appreciate you did this. You helped us out a great deal, so don't do any more. Okay. But last time on the Patreon, I went through my OG. I don't know how many of y'all still have CD folders, but I went through my CD folders and I did like 3 or 4 pages. So maybe, fuck it, just to entice you guys, since we're still under an hour, let's go through some shit right now. On the Patreon, I did through like all my wrestling theme music CDs. You know, we got WWE The Music Volume 1 through 7 or 8. I got some Weird Al on here. The Resident Evil soundtrack, mostly produced by Marilyn Manson, which was odd, but it rocks. It jams. The Clerks soundtrack. Oh man, you think I'm bullshitting? You think I'm bullshitting? I'm down with the View Askew universe too, man. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and Don Wendell Newts could probably attest to this, that was where the majority of the budget was spent for Clerks, was the soundtrack, getting the rights to all that shit. Beavis and Butthead Do America. I've been fucking with them since junior high, maybe even before junior high. The Blow soundtrack. Back when I worked at a movie theater, man, I wanted to just bring in all my friends just to see the movie trailer because I was just like, oh my God. I got the Queen of the Damned soundtrack. I have a lot of fucking soundtracks. I fucked with a lot of soundtracks. My Freddy vs. Jason CD's gone, so that kind of, it doesn't matter. Everything's on my hard drive now. But yeah, you know, that was just a little taste of some of the stuff that I still have in my CD folders here. I got some Manson. I got a lot of shit y'all ain't never heard of. And then I haven't even touched my ICP shit. Wait a minute. There it is. That's Freddy vs. Jason. And I got the booklet way the fuck over here. So that's no good. I couldn't tell you the condition of some of these fucking CDs. Oh. Ooh. That's going to be an awesome, I think the film process. Okay. That film. Yeah, you know, that's another technical aspect we don't think about when doing big projects like this. Like, okay, your movie's done. Soundtrack's good. All the actors are paid, but now you have to process your film. And we have to send it to, like, you know, put it on DVD and VHS and all that shit. I wouldn't. But he got all that shit down. He got all that shit down packed now. Now he's doing like bigger and badder shit. He did He-Man, which I still haven't watched. I think that's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. I need to sit down and take a week and just take all that in. I'm really fucked up because, like, while listening to the Escape Pod, they were reviewing the Masters of the Universe show, and I found out He-Man dies in like the first episode. What the fuck, man? He-Man's the dude. How are you gonna kill him in the first episode? But there's more to it than that. I gotta watch the whole thing. So one CD I do want to mention that I have in my collection. Did I pass it already? I passed it already. And I think I have a full-blown Topic. 27,000. Fuck that. Fuck that. God damn it. I just had them too. The Jerky Boys. What the fuck do y'all know about the goddamn? I've heard them on the Escape Pod talking shit. Oh, my ass and my glasses. We're gonna load up a fucking tennis ball machine full of boiled potatoes and we're gonna fire them directly up your fucking ass. That's a gem. That's a fucking underappreciated gem. If you watch Family Guy and you don't know about Jerky Boys, you are a bad human being. Straight the fuck up. I also have maybe some of y'all thought I wasn't really a Sopranos fan. We got the Sopranos soundtrack in this motherfucker too. I got some weird shit in here too. I have the let's see. I kind of feel like I'm cheating the Patreons now, but fuck it. I want to entice you guys to check out the Patreon. I have this right here in my hands. This right here. No bullshit. It's not a repurchase. It is the original. The first CD that I ever bought. Mortal motherfucking Kombat. It's lame as hell. There's like 5 tracks on it. It's lame as hell. Besides the one song that we all fucking know. Mortal Kombat. But that was the first CD I ever had. That was junior high. I want to think it was in 7th grade. My parents got me a big boom box, detachable speakers, and that CD was something I played all fucking day, every day. Man, you get hype. You get hype listening to that shit. Anyway, it's 50 minutes in. We have discussed everything that I intended to discuss today with little to no preparation and no co-host. I want to thank Astronomicon. I want to thank all the homies, man. Dave, Dirk Manning, Mike Winnegar, George Valakis, Twisted, Dustin Pruitt, all you guys that make Astronomicon what it is. I want to thank the homies, the ATSW, the Escape Pod. Go check them out every Wednesday, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the tubes of you, as well as all of your podcasting applications. And this is a new one I'm checking out, KOs and 3 Counts. The guy came up to me and asked me, is that your podcast? Yes. That's on my box. We're going to check them out. We're going to do some more interfacing. We're going to get together with the Escape Pod as well at some point, and we're going to do like a thing. We're going to talk about Ninja Turtles, and we're going to trash Ninja Turtles. We're going to talk about Ninja Turtles. Man, maybe I could bring a special guest for that one to review. Oh man, that's going to be awesome. See, ideas are pumping. I just had to have the machine, and the machine, who knows? And this one here, so I don't know if you can read that. Back in the day, my nickname used to be Tito because I used to have an afro, and people would call me, there we go, Tito Jackson. So I adopted it, Tito, and that's how I painted it up. Put masking tape on that bitch and spray painted it red. I still have that son bitch. Got some Ritz in here. I don't know what the fuck, man. Did I just get rid of all these CDs? Because I'm missing a lot. Do I have my Twisted and shit? See, now I'm mad because I don't know where all my ICP shit is. There's a lot. There's got to be another folder down there. Anyway, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. I want to get together with you guys as a whole, like podcast, and well, it'll be podcast and half a podcast. Maybe Lina can take over for Will, or maybe I can stack up my daughters, Piper and Lina. They're gonna do that thing like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where Station and Station got together. Station, and they ran into each other and they became a big station. So I think oh man, I've never seen Will and both of my daughters in the same place at the same time. That is interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. So Matt must be busy. Fuck you, Xander. If you're watching, if you're listening, you punk bitch. No, I love Xander too. I love fucking with Xander more. Xander is the proprietor. What do you call it? What do you call that with a life insurance? What do you call that with the life insurance? The beneficiary of Minor Devon Toys and Collectibles. He's probably gonna shut it down and sell the fucking name. Honestly, he seems like that kind of dude. But I had to fuck with him today. He was also manning the booth at Astronomicon with Minor Devon Toys and Collectibles, as well as Max, not doing much of anything. So till next time, I think that next week is a good week. We're gonna go ahead and do the research. We're gonna do the goddamn research, and we're gonna do some more Sopranos talk. Sopranos Part 2. If Miss Cosa Nostra can bring her punk ass out of her goddamn rut, and if her boyfriend fucking gives her the okay to appear on the fucking podcast, yeah, bitch, I said that shit. Because it's my show and I don't care. We'll get her and Big Will on here. We'll talk Sopranos. I got trivia cards over here somewhere. We can talk our favorite scenes, favorite seasons, favorite deaths, favorite characters, break it down a little bit further than we did last time. Go from there. Following week is going to be Friday, the motherfucking 13th. And that's going to be a long episode. So hope you guys bring your motherfucking, bring your paddles and your archery, your quivers and machetes and your Jason masks and all that shit. Because we're not only going to talk about the movies, we're going to talk about the books. Yeah, there are fucking books. Believe it or not, there are fucking books. We're going to talk some Comic-Con memories between me and the girls and the Friday the 13th actors that we've all encountered over the years. Man, we can do this podcast forever. Just these little ideas, man. This could go into like 2 episodes by itself. Anyway, I am the D. Thank you to my daughter Lina for helping out with the interview. Thank you to Dirk Manning for giving us a couple minutes of your time. Thanks to Dave Turtle Trinkets for giving us a few minutes of his time. Thank you to Astronomicon for inviting us out. Thanks for Matt from My Nerdvana, Don Wandela Student to the Escape Pod. Everybody that made our day happen today, I appreciate you very much. Until then, man, that's about it. I am your host, the D. I ain't the one to blame. And there's no one home in my house of pain. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. I bid you adieu and goodbye. Bang. Have a good night, guys. See you next time.